Every single day, you rub a product directly onto the largest organ of your body and let it absorb for hours with no rinse step. You will be shocked what is actually inside the body lotion brands that millions of American families trust every single day. 7 body lotion brands are actively delivering toxic chemistry into your body every single day, and 3 that are genuinely clean. Starting at number 7, Jergens Ultra Healing has been sold for over 100 years and is trusted by millions of American families for its cheap price and its promise of deeply healing dry skin. What the front label never tells you is that Jergens Ultra Healing contains a preservative that slowly releases a chemical the World Health Organization classified as a confirmed human carcinogen in 2006. This carcinogen-releasing preservative works by breaking down on contact with water and releasing small amounts of a cancer-linked gas directly into your skin during every application. The FDA has acknowledged this ingredient as a common cause of allergic reactions in cosmetic products. Beyond the carcinogen-releasing preservative, Jergens also lists the word fragrance on its label. And under current American law, that single word can legally conceal more than 3,500 individual chemical compounds, including hormone-disrupting chemicals. The CDC has measured in the bloodstream of over 90% of Americans tested. Now consider what daily lotion use means in practice. You apply it after every shower. You apply it before bed. You apply it to your hands throughout the day. Each application leaves the chemistry in direct contact with your skin for hours, with no rinse step and no dilution. The healing promise is on the front of the bottle. The chemistry is on the back. A product that has been a symbol of family skincare for over a century is delivering a carcinogen-releasing compound and an undisclosed hormone-disrupting fragrance system onto the skin of every member of your family, every single day. Jergens built 100 years of trust on a formula that the World Health Organization Cancer Research Division flagged as dangerous in 2006. The brand knew. The label never mentioned it. Coming in at number 6, Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair is one of the top-selling body lotions in America, built on over 150 years of brand trust and a name that most American families associate with safety and gentleness. The word repair is doing a significant amount of work on that label. The primary moisturizing ingredient in Vaseline Intensive Care is a petroleum-derived compound, a byproduct of the same crude oil refining process used to produce gasoline. The European Union has already restricted higher-grade versions of this compound because some variants can be contaminated with a group of chemicals tied to cancer in over 60 published studies. The European regulatory system made a judgment about the risk. The American regulatory system did not follow. Vaseline Intensive Care also contains synthetic fragrance, and the American Academy of Dermatology has identified fragrance as one of the top 5 causes of contact skin reactions in the United States. The lotion forms a plastic-like film on the surface of the skin that blocks pores, traps bacteria, and prevents the skin from breathing, which is the biological opposite of what the word repair on the label implies. The lotion does not repair skin, it coats it, and the coating is made from the same industrial process that produces the fuel in your car. Vaseline built 150 years of trust on a compound that the European Union considered dangerous enough to restrict. The advanced repair promise is real enough to sell hundreds of millions of bottles every year. The chemistry delivering it is something the label was never designed to explain. Number 5 on this list, Nivea Essentially Enriched, is sold in over 170 countries and is one of the most globally recognized body lotion brands in existence. The familiar blue packaging and the sweet scent have made Nivea a household name across multiple generations of American families. The primary ingredients in Nivea Essentially Enriched are petroleum-derived oils, the same family of compounds used in candles and engine grease, refined to a cosmetic grade. A 2021 study published in the journal Environmental Research found hormone-disrupting preservatives in 99% of urine samples taken from American women, demonstrating how easily these compounds enter the body through daily skin application. That is not a fringe finding. That is 99% of women tested showing measurable contamination from ingredients present in products like this one. Nivea's fragrance system contains specific allergens that the European Union now requires to be labeled separately because they cause skin reactions in approximately 1 to 3% of people who use them. Nivea also adds synthetic dyes to the formula that brings zero skin benefit but can trigger redness and reactions in people with sensitive skin. The blue tin and the sweet scent built one of the most trusted brand identities in global consumer products. The petroleum oils, hormone-disrupting compounds, and European-restricted allergens inside the formula are what the blue tin was never designed to communicate. Fourth on our list, Bath & Body Works is the king of scented body products in America, with thousands of stores, over 100 fragrance varieties, and a loyal customer base that associates the brand with self-care, gifts, and the pleasure of a beautifully scented home. According to the Environmental Working Group, every single Bath & Body Works body lotion product contains synthetic fragrance, not most of them, every single one. Under the American fragrance loophole, that single word on the label can legally hide hormone-disrupting chemicals, cancer-linked compounds, allergens, and respiratory irritants, none of which are required to appear on the ingredient list. The CDC has measured hormone-disrupting chemicals from fragrance systems in over 90% of Americans tested, and body lotions applied directly to skin are identified as one of the largest daily sources of that exposure. Bath & Body Works has also been flagged for poor ingredient transparency, with the full ingredient list not visible on most product pages of their official website. A brand that sells you a product based entirely on how it smells is also a brand that does not show you what is creating that smell on its own website. Independent skin experts have described Bath & Body Works lotions as functioning more as perfume delivery systems than as genuine skincare products, with the first beneficial ingredient typically appearing near the bottom of a list of 30 or more compounds. Bath & Body Works is explicitly marketed on the intensity and variety of its scent. The scent is the product. The hormone-disrupting chemistry hidden behind it is what the brand was counting on, you never thinking about. Third on this list, St. Ives is marketed as a natural brand. The oatmeal, the shea butter, the botanical language on the front label communicates this is a product rooted in nature rather than chemistry. A class action lawsuit was filed against Unilever, St. Ives' parent company, over claims that products were too harsh on skin and damaged the skin barrier despite their gentle natural positioning. Research published by the American Academy of Dermatology found that lotions with strong synthetic fragrance can damage the skin barrier in as little as 2 weeks of daily use, leading to redness, micro tears in the skin surface, and accelerated aging. The actual oatmeal and shea butter that dominate the front label of St. Ives products sit near the bottom of the ingredient list in most formulations, meaning their concentration is typically less than 1% of the total formula. The petroleum-derived oils and synthetic fragrance make up the bulk of the product. The 1% of oatmeal is doing all of the marketing. The 99% of petroleum and fragrance chemistry is doing all of the actual work against your skin. St. Ives built a complete, natural identity on a formula that a class action lawsuit and published dermatology research found to be causing the exact skin barrier damage it was marketed to prevent. Every week, another brand that American families trust will be exposed on this channel. We show you the gap between what the label says and what the formula actually contains, because the label is just written to confuse you, not protect you. Subscribe now, and we will show you how to read it. Second on this list, Suave Advanced Therapy is found in 1 out of every 2 American homes. It is the lotion that families buy when they want something reliable and affordable. The brand that has been stocked in American bathrooms for decades without a second thought. In 2021, a major class action lawsuit was filed against Unilever, Suave's parent company, claiming that a preservative used across Suave product lines releases a confirmed human carcinogen when it comes into contact with water. The lawsuit stated that Unilever had used this carcinogen-releasing preservative for more than a decade, while knowing it could cause adverse reactions, and that the FDA itself had listed it among the ingredients that cause the most allergic reactions from cosmetic product use. The National Toxicology Program and the International Agency for Research on Cancer had both recognized the concern linked to this preservative years before the lawsuit was filed. Unilever had access to that research. The preservative remained in the formula. Unilever publicly promised that all Suave products would be free of this preservative by the end of 2021. The formula change that followed was a response to legal pressure and public exposure, not a proactive decision to protect the families using the product. Many bottles containing the old formula remained on store shelves and in family bathrooms long after that deadline. Suave Advanced Therapy also relies on heavy petroleum-derived oils, synthetic fragrance, and synthetic dyes that the Environmental Working Group flags as moderate hazard compounds, all delivering zero genuine skin nutrition at the very low price point the brand is built on. A class action lawsuit alleged a carcinogen-releasing preservative the brand had used for more than a decade, and it was removed only after legal pressure and public exposure. And the number one most concerning brand on this list is the one that will genuinely stop you cold because it is sitting in Walmart right now, being purchased by millions of families who trust Walmart's own store label to be safe. Equate Beauty Daily Moisture Lotion is Walmart's in-house body lotion and one of the cheapest options in the entire American market. The ingredient list starts with water, petroleum-derived compounds, and mineral oil, followed by hormone-disrupting preservatives and the word fragrance. A single pump of Equate Daily Moisture can contain up to 4 separate ingredients flagged by the Environmental Working Group as moderate to high concern simultaneously. A 2020 study published in the journal Reproductive Toxicology found that women with higher levels of hormone-disrupting preservatives in their urine had measurable changes in hormone activity, and daily body lotion use is identified as one of the primary exposure sources. Walmart sells over 100 million units of Equate branded personal care products every year. That is not a small exposure event. Over the course of a single year of daily use, a person applying Equate Daily Moisture is layering approximately 4 to 6 liters of petroleum compounds, carcinogen-releasing preservatives, and undisclosed fragrance chemistry onto the body's largest organ. Walmart built Equate on the promise that you do not have to spend more to get quality. In this specific product, the data suggests the formula they chose to deliver that promise is one of the highest chemical load options available anywhere in the American market. The cheapest option in the aisle is not a budget-friendly choice. It is the highest chemical exposure available at the lowest price. 7 brands. 7 products that millions of American families apply to their skin every single day without knowing what is actually in them. But there are 3 brands that decided what the law permits and what your skin deserves are 2 completely different standards. The first safe alternative is CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion, developed by a team of board-certified dermatologists and accepted by the National Eczema Association, which only grants its seal to products that pass strict safety tests for the most sensitive skin. No synthetic fragrance, no hormone-disrupting preservatives, no petroleum-derived film-forming compounds. Available at most major drugstores and grocery chains for approximately $13 to $18 per bottle. The second safe alternative is Eucerin Advanced Repair Lotion, a dermatologist-trusted formula with over 100 years of clinical use behind it. fragrance-free, dye-free, and formulated without the preservative compounds flagged in the brands above. Enriched with natural moisturizing factors and ceramides that feed the skin barrier rather than coat it with a petroleum film. Available at most major drugstores for $10 to $13 per bottle, with 48-hour hydration confirmed in clinical studies. The third safe alternative is Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion, which uses colloidal oatmeal that the FDA has officially recognized as a skin protectant, meaning it is legally approved to relieve dryness and minor skin irritation. Unlike the 1% oatmeal hiding at the bottom of the St. Ives ingredient list, the colloidal oatmeal in Aveeno Daily Moisturizing is the active ingredient the formula is built around. It is allergy-tested, fragrance-free, dye-free, and safe for sensitive skin. Available at most major drugstores for approximately $9 to $12 per bottle, and recommended by dermatologists for over 70 years. Before you reach for the lotion in your bathroom tonight, turn the bottle over and check the ingredient list for the toxic substances we just covered. If they are there, you now know what they mean. Which brand are you throwing out after watching this? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe so you never moisturize blind again.